Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. So still onwards and upwards, nothing really indicating that we need to be looking for shorts. We are a bit overbought at the moment, so that is a little bit of a worry in my eyes anyway. But when you drop down to 3 hour, that's your cue to hit that like button for us, and you'll see there's quite a bit of structure that we need to pay attention to here. So this was the level that I was paying attention to yesterday, which was 36,327. Didn't quite get there. It found some other levels for us when the data came out yesterday, and CPI data was better than expected. It's so typical of the markets. You'll see now people, newbie retail traders, should I say, they've been taught, oh, there's good data, you must jump in. So basically they jump in, but what happens is algorithms know that, and then they push price down to trigger all those stops. So it's trigger, and then they kick off a buying frenzy, which goes higher. Anyway, that's why you never want to trade that first bit of data. Wait for the first pullback always. It doesn't matter how violent it is, there's always a pullback that will happen. Now, the level that we should have been looking for, which was on the 15 minute, didn't really trigger, but that does allow you for opportunities to just decide whether you're palatable for risk or not. So you can see here, big move down. Let's just get the 5 minute because it's far easier to see the structure here on the 5 minutes. Right, so there's your big move down. Boom, bounce on the 155 or 150 EMA, back up, hit the moving averages, bounce, extend down. So your closest levels were on the 15 minute, which were here. Okay, so it's 36,442 and 36,416. But have a look what happened here. Inside bar, in between the levels, engulfing bar. So this is also just to confuse the hell out of you. The telltale sign here is the divergence. Look, there's divergence there. See, that's low. Ever so slightly. See that? So that oscillator's low, and this one is higher, while price is low and lower low. So that was your telltale signal, but this is now in the 5 minutes, so you've got basically a double bottom here. So that's your cue. It's a 66, call it a 70-point stop loss, and you would have been targeting this upper end here at 161 points. So it's almost a little bit better than a 2-to-1 trade. That would have, the reason why you target that, because obviously they were selling off that for some reason. So that's where I would be focusing anyway. So nevertheless, that's kind of a difficult one to pick up. It's not exact. And when you look left, you can see each one of these tails. For example, you could have been trapped on that tail there. But if you just stick to the rule of thumb, especially with big data releases, there's always two moves. So there's your first move, there'll be a consolidation or pullback, and there's a second move. So, let's not say always, but I don't know what the percentage is, but it's a very high percentage. It's probably more than 75% of the time there's a second move. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. So just back test it yourself, and you will see what I'm talking about. Anyway, this pin bar here was also something which I would have been targeting there as well, but that would have been fairly deep pullback. But anyway, nevertheless, that's kind of the structure we would look at. So for me today, we're looking for another pullback. We're looking for a pullback onto 36,629. You've got the Feds coming out tonight with their interest rate song and dance. Oscillators are separating quite nicely, indicating a pretty violent move to the upside. We do have a bit of a gap here, and I think we have a gap lower down. Yeah, there's a very small gap here, and that's a 36,556 area. So there is structure there as well. So there, see, there's my tail, and you can see how we found support on that level. So I would be reluctant to buy off this level again at 36,556 because it has been tested. But these two here, this tail and this tail, has not been tested. So 36,629 is what I'm looking for. Outside chance of that area there. at 36,598. So 36,600 seems to be a good opportunity to sit and wait. So put an alert in here and wait for price. I think that's kind of what we're waiting for. Okay, just a word of warning, it is non-farm payroll, so it could be another violent setup like we had here at the open, well, just before the open. It's an hour before the open. So just bear that in mind. It's going to happen really late for us in the European time zones anyway. So be cautious of that. Yep. So I am looking to opportunity to buy, and those are the levels I'm buying. Only time I'll be looking at shorts is a drop below the low of yesterday, which is around 36,416. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.